There are a lot of things in life that are not guaranteed, but one thing that I learned recently that is guaranteed is that nothing lasts forever. And how did I come to this conclusion? Well, recently, actually, a week ago, I worked my last ever shift at my job at this pool. I've mentioned it on this page quite a few times before, but the reason that this is so significant is that this pool is in a small town called Lisle, and this small town has been an integral part of my life for over 10 years, pushing 15 years. I have spent every summer, excluding COVID year, in Lisle. I started off going to a smaller little kids camp. I did that from, I was about 5 to age 10. I loved that experience, a lot of amazing memories, met a lot of my, younger childhood friends there, people that I still keep in touch with today. But it's just an overall super nostalgic experience for me. And then I went into like the teen camp. I did that from when I was like 11 to 13. Even that was a pretty good experience. A lot of, I guess memories, maybe not as, fondly remembered as, my childhood memories, but still a lot of good experiences with that camp. And then finally in 2021, I started working in Lisle. I was 14, first ever job. And then I just have been working there ever since. So 4 years later, 2021 to 2025. Yeah. So this has been a town that has been in my life every summer, pretty much every single year that I can remember. I've moved around a lot, but one thing that has stayed consistent in my life is this town in the summer. So the fact that I worked my last ever shift at this town, it's a very surreal thing. It's very bittersweet. Like, it's very cool to look back on and remember all my experiences in Lisle, but it's also a bit sad knowing that this was my last ever summer being here. So, it's unfortunate having to close this chapter of my life, but it's something that I think I can close with, with happy tears and, with a smile on my face. Like I said, it's bittersweet, but it's something that, sad that it's over, but I'm very, very, very happy that it happened. I don't think there's a single thing that I would want to change about my experience in Lisle. I'm super grateful for everything, even if there were a few ups and downs along the way. But, when one door closes, another one opens, as the phrase goes, because I'm recording this the day before my first day of classes of my sophomore year at U of I. So it's a very exciting time in my life, having to close that fun sort of summer door, but then open, a new academic professional door. Especially being a sophomore, freshman year, there were a lot of nerves going in, like new place, new classes, new professors, living on my own for the first time. That's what I'm really excited for, is like, I get to have all the fun things of college without any of the nerves that I had last year. So I can really just sort of push myself to try new things without having to worry about, like, okay, how do meal swipes work? How do I find my way to class? How do I navigate like the bus system, whatever it may be? And so even though my time in Lisle is over and I have to say goodbye to it and close that door, it's still a very exciting time because I get to try new things, meet new people, learn new things over the course of my next year at college. And so pretty much it's kind of what I'm learning from this is it's like, things end, and it's okay for things to end and it's okay to feel sad about it, but you can't dwell on them ending. You just need to accept that, they're over and be happy that they happened. It can be really sad reflecting on them, but like imagine if you hadn't had those experiences, how much you would have missed out on. The fact that you can be sad about it ending is a good thing because that means you had so much fun and you had so much enjoyment from those experiences. So moving forward, I guess one thing I really learned from this is it's okay to be appreciative and be grateful and reflect on the past, but you can't dwell on the past. You need to keep moving forward, because if you don't keep moving forward, you are going to pretty much, I guess, just like almost get stuck. Like, you're going to miss out on so many other things going on around you. For example, like, I don't know, today was quad day at my college, so pretty much all the different clubs, all the different RSOs, organizations affiliated with the school were out. So I went to that, talked to a lot of cool people, found out there were a lot of different clubs out, a lot of cool opportunities. But if I were to dwell on just the past being over, then I would never actually be able to fully take advantage of these opportunities that are literally all around me. So ultimately, even though this super important part of my life is over, and that's really sad to think about, there's a super new, cool, important part of my life in front of me and, currently around me. So just making sure that, even though this is over, I still have so much more to do and so much more to learn and so much more to accomplish with everything else in the future and, currently around me, surrounding me. That's pretty much, I think, what you should take away is like, don't get so caught up in the past, because if you get caught up in the past, you're going to lose focus and lose sight of everything that's around you. And even though it's easier said than done, try to look at things in a way that, even though it may be sad that it's over, you may be emotional that it's over, be more so appreciative, more grateful, and just more happy that they even happened in the first place. I already kind of mentioned it, but like the fact that you're even able to feel sad is a good thing, because it means you felt happy about these things at one point in your life. And the fact that you were happy about them meant that you were able to experience life and live life how it's supposed to be lived. But if you stay so focused on this, then you're never going to be able to fully live life how it should be lived in the future, because you're going to be so focused on the past that you're missing out on the present and the future and all the stuff that currently surrounds you. That pretty much wraps it up. If you made it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate it. I hope you're able to sort of learn something or take something away that you can apply to your own life. But with that, again, if you made it to the end, I appreciate it. Stay positive and stay safe.